This art was made within 15 minutes of hearing the news of Kobe Bryant's passing. It became the book cover for a number of reasons. To me, it just sums up the meaning behind Primary Ponderings. In late summer 2019, the NBA announced that the Milwaukee Bucks would participate in the first ever NBA game in France. The Milwaukee Bucks are my favorite basketball team, and Giannis Antetokounmpo is my favorite athlete. He inspires me so much to become better at what I do, and then also to be a better person. And I feel like our timelines have kind of been in sync over the past few years. The Milwaukee Bucks becoming one of the best teams in the NBA, and Giannis earning back-to-back MVP honors. And then for me, just my personal growth and happiness have just soared since. Since I was a kid, I've wanted to go to Paris. There's so much history there, and I love history. And a lot of art too, right? I like art. But neither of those were the reasons why I eventually went there. It was Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks. I've gone to Bucks games in Milwaukee where I'm in the same row as people who have traveled from around the world to come and see Giannis play. And I just really appreciate that. They want to see greatness. And they come to a region of the world where I grew up and was influenced by. And I'm just really proud. So I thought it'd be cool to go to Europe and watch the Bucks play a game and Giannis play a game in Paris and just see the reaction of everybody else in the crowd. They get to see something I get to see all the time, and it's really cool. So I bought a ticket. Jump ahead to January 2020. The day I'm leaving for Paris, I met up with my art editor like 3 hours before I would go to the airport. And throughout this entire time, for like the last half of 2019, I've been working on creating art pieces. So I have like over 170. And so we meet up, and I'm going to show him my favorite ones. And I think he's just going to stamp them and be like, that's great. You did a great job. Have fun on your trip. But it wasn't like that. Instead, I showed him my favorite ones, and he pointed out inconsistencies with the style of the art. And he was right. He was right. So instead of flying to Paris with this sense of vacation, I'm going to have so much fun and explore, and a relief of more like a celebration, it was not that at all. It was not that at all. While I was in Paris, I would go to cafes and just work on more art. And 5 art pieces that were made went into the book, the final book. And Kobe is the last one that was made. I go to the cafes, and they are not set up like they are in America, where you just have a lot of elbow room, you got outlets, many outlets around your area. In Paris, it's just like crammed, and then my battery's always running low, and it's just kind of frustrating overall. On a Sunday morning, I was heading out to the Palace of Versailles. For years, I've watched history documentaries about this place. Versailles, oh, Louis XIV, this is going to be so interesting. I'm so excited. So I hopped on public transportation and started heading that way. And usually when I'm on public transportation, I don't wear my headphones because I just like to observe and just be a part of everything, right? To be present. But I was on vacation, right? So, I can listen to some music. I can have a little fun, right? So I put my phone in my coat pocket. It's a little bit looser. And then I reached into my coat to grab my headphones. So I'm untangling my headphones. La-di-da-di-da, right? Finally, I get them untangled. And I put them in. And I reach for my phone. But it's not there. Huh. Interesting. I look around, and I feel like an idiot. My phone was stolen in Paris. Up until this point, I'd been reading and studying how to handle a situation like this, where an undesirable event happens, it occurs, but it's about your response to it, your reaction that matters, rather than the situation itself. So something was stolen from me, right? A phone was stolen, but I'm still okay physically, right? No harm was done to me. It sucks. I'm the dumb American tourist that got his phone stolen in Paris, but everything will be okay. Just take the necessary steps forward and move on. After spending the rest of the day reminding myself that anything physical can be taken from us, but not what's inside, we can stay positive and move forward. I went to this barbecue joint because Paris is known for their barbecue, right? And I'm sitting at my table without a phone, and I notice a guy sitting about 20 feet from me. His back is facing me, and he has a tattoo on his tricep. Tattoo, right? And it's in the design that the art piece Kobe would eventually be. And I scribbled it down in my notebook, and then I went back to my hostel. When I got back to my hostel, my card key wasn't working. So I had to go downstairs to the front desk, and I waited in line. And at one point, this young fella goes up to the guy in front of me, another young fella, and says, "Hey, did you hear the news?" And he said, "What news?" "Kobe died." And my heart just sank. It couldn't be real. It couldn't be. Like, I would see stuff on Twitter, like somebody passed away, but then it turns out that they were living. Kobe, though? So then the guy asked him, well, how did it happen? A helicopter crash. And I'd known that Kobe he often takes helicopter rides to and from places. So it's not that random. So I got my card key, went upstairs, and then on my computer, I looked up the news, and sure enough, at this time, it was like 10 at night in Paris. So I was just about to go to bed, but before I did, I made Kobe, the art piece. And to me, it symbolizes exactly what Primary Ponderings is about, what Kobe is about, and that's living your life to the fullest. We don't know how long we have on Earth, so the only thing we can do is aspire to live it as best we can, true to ourselves,